Good morning, Mackie.
All right, guys, so I'm Miss Grace. Remember that donation week is this week and next week. So remember to continue bringing in your change to benefit Santa Cop. And each morning I'll call for that from your class. If your class has the greatest weight in change, then they will win a prize from me. In addition to that, we have something pretty special coming up on the 23rd. That's next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is Mesquite Goes Orange. Because orange is the color for unity and kindness. So all of Mesquite ISD, including teachers, parents, students, community members, pretty much anybody who lives either in Mesquite or attends Mesquite ISD or has kids in Mesquite ISD, is going to be asked to participate or to join with us by wearing orange. And so it gives us the opportunity to sort of stand together and say that we fight for each other, that nobody should be left out, nobody should feel alone, that everybody should feel like they belong. And so in Mesquite ISD, that's important. So that's what we're doing, is we're all wearing orange on October the 23rd. That's Wednesday. You'll get more reminders, but go ahead and tell your parents too. The other thing is, if you snap a picture, like of you and your parents or you and your brothers and sisters or something like that, you can share it with us and we can send it to the district. They might post it and share it, maybe on Instagram or Facebook. So join with us, talk to your parents about it, talk to your community members, neighbors, and whatnot, because we want everyone to join Mesquite Goes Orange for uniting Mesquite with unity and kindness. All right? Thank you.
And how did that come to Mackie? Get your creative juices flowing and create a picture that we can use on the cover of this year's yearbook. All pictures must represent each house, have Mackie Elementary on it, have the year 2019-2020 on it, be drawn and colored, be on an
8.5 point times 11 paper.
All pictures are due to Miss Bottoms November the 8th. If you need paper, just ask your teacher to come see Miss Bottoms. The winner of the contest will have their picture at the cover of this free yearbook. We can't wait to see your pictures.
Yay! Bye.
Bye. For lunch today, we're having hamburger, corn puppies, canned apple turkey salad.
For weather today is 70 for the high, 50 for the low, and partly cloudy. For our moon is a waning gibbous, visible of 88% and ages 18.13 days.
Okay, we are reading chapter 12 today. Remember, in chapter 11, Nora came and Winslow started walking a little bit, making some different noises. So, we'll see. Chapter 12, Here Comes Trouble. The rumble of Uncle Pete's old blue truck announced his arrival. Uncle Pete was a large man, tall and stout, with mammoth hands and feet. His normal greeting was a booming, "Hey there," followed by a pat on the shoulder, but the pat was so forceful it usually knocked Louie off balance. "Hey there, Louie. Whoa, careful there. Don't fall over. You need some meat on them bones, boy." Uncle Pete was a childhood friend of Louie's father. Not really an uncle, but that's how Louie's parents had always referred to him. "Here comes trouble," Louie's mother said. That's what she usually said when she saw Uncle Pete. "Ha ha, that's me. Trouble's my middle name." His cheeks were red from the cold. "Wicked out there today. How's that poor donkey doing? Did it croak on you?" "He was doing good until this morning," Louie said. "Come and see." Louie had fed Winslow late the night before, and the two of them had settled down to sleep. Winslow in his small pen and Louie on the nearby cot. Usually the donkey woke him up around 4 a.m. for another feeding, but Louie had slept soundly through the night without hearing Winslow. When Louie did wake, it was almost 7 o'clock, and he felt relieved. Now maybe Winslow would continue to sleep through the night. For the past week, Louie had been groggy all day long, never feeling fully awake, always feeling as if he could fall asleep sitting up. Sounds like having a new baby. When he opened the pen, Winslow did not scramble to his feet or turn his head toward Louie as he usually did. He made no sound. No pleases, no bess. He was lying on his side. His breathing was shallow. When Louie lifted him, Winslow slumped in his arms, still not waking. Louie rubbed his sides with a blanket and dipped a cool cloth against his face. "Oh, Winslow, come on, what's the matter? What's wrong?" Louie tried to recall if he had done anything wrong, if he had mixed the formula incorrectly, or if the bottle had not been clean, but he could not think of anything he had done differently the night before. He summoned his parents and ran next door to get Max's father, who was not a vet, but he knew about animals. Max's father said, some kind of infection probably. Need to have the vet check him, get some antibiotics in him. Did I do something wrong? Louie asked. He hugged Winslow to his chest, stroking his head. Newborns are fragile, Max's father said. They can catch any old thing drifting through the air. It's a wonder any of them make it. Max's father called a good friend of his, a retired veterinarian, who came over right away. After examining Winslow, the vet gave him 2 shots and left a prescription for additional medicines. "It's okay, boy," the vet said to Louie. "He might make it, but if he doesn't, you're doing as much as you can. These things happen. You can do everything right, and yet—" His unfinished sentence hung in the air. Before leaving, the vet said, "You have to give him 1 of these shots each day for at least 10 days. "What? Who? Me?" Louie said. "I'll show you how. My grandson can do it, and he's only 9. "Give a shot? You want me to give a shot?" "Watch." He showed Louie how to fill the syringe, check the level, tap it to release air bubbles, insert the needle, and release the medication. "Practice on an orange. You'll be fine. But you can do it." By the time Uncle Pete arrived later that day, Winslow was a little more alert. He'd taken a few ounces of milk and had opened his eyes, but he still had not stood and was still breathing shallowly. Uncle Pete touched Winslow gently. His huge hand enveloped the donkey's body. "Yep," he said, "he's a sick one. Too bad. Kind of amazing you got him to live this long, though." "But he's going to make it," Louie said. "Well, his mother didn't make it. My LGD died yesterday. That birth must have been harder on her than I thought." "But Winslow will make it," Louie insisted. "He will. He will." Later that day, Louie remembered that Gus had once told him that LGD meant little gray donkey. "Winslow, are you my LGD? And you're going to make it, right?" We'll see.
Please stand for the American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.